All right. Class 4, buyers and rentals. All right, we're going to start with rentals and landlords. So renters, here's the thing. You need to pre-qualify them, and when you are on the phone with them, ask them what their credit score is. If they say if it's anything below 700, I'm going to just tell you right now, just let them go because it's not going to be worth your time. So you want to ask them what their credit score is, and let's just say, for instance, they're looking at a $1,200 apartment. You also need to ask them, be like, you do realize when you get this apartment, you are going to be paying $3,600 right off the bat. You're going to be paying $1,200 for the realtor fee, first month's rent, and security deposit. Do you have that? They're like, no, I don't have it. So why are you going to waste your time taking them out? It's be like, okay, call me when you have it. There's no reason to be nurturing and wasting your time with them if they don't have the money or if they don't have. The other thing is, okay, let's say they have bad credit, right? But they have a really good job and they have money. So if they can show that they can afford the apartment, and maybe have good references from their current landlord or something like that, then maybe you can get over the bad credit score. But you need to have stuff to back that up. They're going to have to show you bank account with money in it. That's one thing. They're going to have to, more than just collecting their last two paychecks. So they're going to have to show proof that they have money in the bank and that they can pay. With everything, you need to have agency filled out. You can create them a portal on MLS, which we did in class 2. You need to get a copy of their ID. You need to have them fill out the application, which you can actually send it through Dotloop and they can digitally fill out if you want, or you can print it off and have them fill it out. You will run the credit and fill out the form. The form that you'll be filling out there is a form saying it's okay for you to run their credit card. So it's a credit card authorization form that is in Dotloop. So once you get all their stuff and they want to apply, you're going to give if you're representing the landlord, you'll give it to the landlord, or if you're representing the renter, you're going to give it to the other agent. You're going to give them the application, the credit report, the proof of income, which is the past 2 pay stubs or taxes, and a copy of their ID. So that is renters in a nutshell. If you're representing the landlords, you are going to have them fill out the exclusive right to list. You need agency, lead paint disclosure if it was before 1978. And also there is another disclosure as well that is the sprinkler system. So they are it's just acknowledging whether they have it or don't have it. Big thing is you need to make sure that it is a legal rental. It is not worth your license to risk listing and renting out an illegal rental. Okay, so how you can do this? Simply, you can go to, 1, you can call the town. 2, you can pull up the tax record and it should say if it's a multifamily, right? The credit check. So you are signed up. I'm sorry, I have Brittany here. Brittany's not at the front desk at the moment. So you will be signed up by someone with Director of Agent Services, probably Lee, for the credit check service, and then they will explain to you, walk you through how you run credit checks. Buyers. So we're going to pre-qualify buyers as well. I have a sheet that I made up myself. I'm just a person that I create lists all the time and sheets that help me and also you. It's called the Buyer's Survey, and when I'm talking to buyers, I go down my list and I ask the questions that are on there and I fill it out. This helps me, like if I'm at an open house and they have time to fill it out, when I get home, I can create a portal on what they put down, and it also helps me capture their information. So you can use a survey that I am giving you, or you can make your own. That's up to you. You want to set them up on a portal. You also want to make sure that you have them in command. And in the portal, you want to make sure that they know about the favorite button that we talked about in class 2. Then once you have them all ready to go, they're pre-qualified and um, you know that they have a pre-approval from a bank or a mortgage banker, you're going to set up appointments. Call all the listings beforehand to make sure that they are fully available. The other agent, the listing agent, has to legally, if you say, ask, is it fully available? If there is an accepted offer, they legally have to tell you that there's an accepted offer. Does this mean that you're not going to show it? No, you can still show it because stuff happens and things don't always go through just because it's an accepted offer. Do I sometimes I don't show it if it's an accepted offer, just because I also don't want my clients to fall in love with a house that they're not going to have, and then you're chasing like a ghost. So that's totally your call. So you're going to print the listings and the route that I showed you in class 2 how to do that, and when you meet with them, you're going to give those to them, and make sure that you either have agency form either signed through .loop. You can email it and have it signed before you meet, or you need them to sign it that day before you show them the first house. And if they refuse to sign it, then you should have another piece of paper saying that they refuse to sign it, because you can get in big trouble if you don't have it signed. It is not a contract. It is just a form stating that you explain to them what a buyer's agent and seller's agent and a dual agent is, and you should do a quick explanation of that. And as we talked about in, I believe, class 2, numbers, only the first time that you take out a buyer does it count as an appointment when I'm asking for numbers. When you make an offer, this is what you're going to need. You're going to need, if they're paying in cash, you're going to need the proof of funds that they're paying in cash. So that would be, their bank account, wherever it's coming from. You need that. If they're not paying cash, you need to have a pre-qualification or a pre-approval if they're getting a mortgage. The difference between a pre-qual and a pre-approval is that a pre-qual, they pretty much just took their word for it on how much they make and ran a credit score. A pre-approval, they've actually taken the documents, so that's a little stronger, a pre-approval is. And so they've backed up what they make with documentation. You will fill out a purchase offer. If we were in class live, we would be doing it live. There is an example that you have on how to do that. And anytime you're filling one out and you need help, please just give me a call. Then what you're going to do, you're going to email the listing agent. You're going to email it. You can do it through .loop. I like to do, a lot of the other agents don't like .loop. I'm not too big of a fan of it myself. So a lot of times what I'll do is in the .loop, I will just download the document and then email it in a personal email. And in that email, or if you're sharing it in .loop, what you're going to do is you're going to do the email and the pre-approval in that. Some people like to also include the actual PDF of the listing that you're putting the offer in on as well. So you're going to email that, and you're going to, what I always do is I ask for confirmation that it was received. I sit in the email, I ask for confirmation. I also send a text saying, I just sent you an offer. Please confirm that you got it. I want them to know. If there are multiple offers, ask them when they will be asking for the highest and best. So where do you get buyers? You get buyers from open houses. I'm hoping that you guys are close to, if not finished, with shadowing your first 2 open houses. And you're just like, how do I do an open house? I don't have any listings. Well, here's the thing. We have over 200 agents in this office, and there are a lot of times that maybe they have more than one listing and they have their clients wanting them to do an open house, but they can't be in like 5 places at once. So if you do an open house for someone else and you're hosting it, whatever comes through that door is yours. So the benefit of that is you get those buyers that come through the door that are not represented. Sometimes those buyers that come through the door actually have to sell something too. Isn't that awesome? Cold calling, which we've talked about, and if you come to the power hours, we'll be doing that. Referrals from people that you've been calling in your sphere and Facebook and however. Pay sites. You can also pay for leads. Zillow and Trulia and Realtor.com. They were not huge fans of them because Zillow's trying to take out the agent altogether. But anyway, those are other ways. And there's plenty of other different sites that you can do to pay for leads as well. All right, here's your homework. Shadow an open house or do one. View at least 10 houses, add 10 people to your database, share your app with at least 3 people, practice scripts with your script partner, shadow a buyer's appointment with your sponsor or another agent in the company.